What's up, Bell County High School? This is episode 3 of the Dudley Hilton Show. I'm Thomas Saylor, your host, and since our last show, we have had 2 games. We've had Casey County game and we've had the Clay County game. The Casey County game was a loss. The Clay County game, we made up for the Casey County game with the Clay County game for a win. So that's good. Mr. Hilton, can you tell us about the Casey County game?
Well, it was a rough night for us. We just had a hard time stopping Casey County. They had a pretty good offense, and they ran the ball real well, and they scored a lot of points. And we scored a lot of points too, but just not enough. We had some kids had big nights. Cody Frazier had another big night, and it was one of those games where we just didn't play well. Had a good crowd here, good enthusiasm as a student body. They were excited for the game, and our kids just didn't perform up to par like we should have, and not taking anything away from Casey County. They're a very good football team and well coached. We didn't play our best game, and we deserved, our fans deserved us playing a little bit better, but that's one that got away from us. That those things going to happen.
Casey County was an anticipated game. We were all looking forward to it. We had, how many did we have? We had like 2 weeks or 4 weeks, something like that, to just go up to the game, get ready for the game. How anticipated was the game for the team?
Well, I think we thought we were ready, but we thought that we'd improve some, that it'd be a little bit easier than what we thought. But Casey was really ready too. They've tasted some victories over the last couple of years, and I think they've just lost like 4 games in the last 2 years. They were 6-5-0 the night we played them, and I think now they're 6 or 7-0. So they're having an excellent season again, and they got that belief that they can go into places like Bell County and win. And before they didn't have that attitude. And our kids, we're just struggling a little bit. We're just not we're not there yet. We're a little soft, and that's a course of 3 or 4 years of just taking off of football, and we're just not. We just need to work at it harder, and I think that's something we're not giving up in our coaching staff and our players. We just we can't show up and win. We used to be able to do that a little bit because we was pretty good. Now we better show up and play, and that's what we're not doing right now.
Since it was such an anticipated game, looking forward to it, when you got into the game, started playing, what did you think of Casey County?
Well, they was a little bit tougher than I thought they were, and they did some things to us offensively that we didn't do a very good job of stopping. We wasn't a very good defensive team that night. We struggled. We missed some tackles. We tied it up 28-28, and I thought we was on the road, but it didn't take them long to march down the field and score. So, we were into it going into the 4th quarter, and we just we just messed up defensively, and we should have scored another touchdown against them, and we didn't. But overall, it don't matter if it's a team game. If your defense don't play well, you're hurting. If your offense don't play well, you're hurting. You got to get them where both teams' side of the balls are playing better, and that's what we're trying to still work on.
Looking into the game, how did you get the players ready for the Casey County? Well,
we shouldn't have had no trouble getting ready because we knew the importance of the game. If we wanted a home field a game for this year in the playoffs, we needed to beat Casey County, and our kids knew that. So going up front, we shouldn't have had much reason to not be ready. But I just think Casey County had a little bit more tradition than we did, and but on the last couple of years because of their winning attitude, and they wasn't scared to come in Bell County and do what they did. They came in here to play, and that's what we did. But like I said, we've let a few years go by, and we're just not. We just didn't keep putting the big boys' britches on and keep playing this game like it needs to be played, and we just got to find a way to get our Bobcats back to the way we were, and people has flipped the coin on us. We're down on the bottom of the coin now, and they're on top. So we got to find a way to flip it back and turn the lights on here and play the game like it needs to be played.
Our record is 5-2 now with Casey County loss, and who else did we lose?
No, we ended up beating Clay County last week.
Okay, so we won with Clay and we lost with Casey County. Who else did we lose to?
Well, we lost to early in the year. We lost to Whitley County.
Yeah,
Whitley County. So,
how do you feel being 5-2? I mean, it's still positive, but I mean.
Well, this time last year we were sitting here about 2-5. So you know, we're
turning it around.
We're turning it around. We've you know, we already won more games we won last year. So, and we're basically a new team. We got a bunch of juniors and seniors right now didn't even really play when they was freshmen and sophomores. So we've left a bad setup there 2 years ago when these guys was freshmen and sophomores. They just didn't have none of them didn't even play on the varsity team. So we had no experience. So, you know, we're sitting here playing teams, got boys on there, got 3 and 4 years experience. We're sitting here with kids got 1 year experience. So we're talking about an entirely different football team now. And but we've got them some experience now, and we're trying to grow. And you know, the only trouble about we just got 10 seniors, and the only trouble about their 10 seniors, time they really get into it, the season's going to be over with, and they'll be long gone. But hopefully, we're starting about 4 freshmen now, and we're starting about 4 sophomores or 5 sophomores, and got quite a few juniors starting. So hopefully, you know, if I'm here or not here, the next coach will have. You know, I can leave them some kids who got some experience, and I wasn't fortunate enough to be left with much experience and much of a football program. But I've been there before and done these things, so you know, I just know you got to go to work, and you got to take a little lump on the chin, or you know, you got to take it to the chin. That's just like a boxer, and anybody can take over a team's already established and ride for 2 or 3 years, but you got to continue your tradition and keep working and prepare your players for next year.
Can you tell me what you could have done, or what you think you could have done to turn the Casey County game around?
Well, we just wasn't ready. We've got to grow up, and like I said, we're lacking kids with experience. Again, we got a bunch of seniors that didn't even really play when they was a sophomore, and we didn't use them the way they should have been. And you know, we got a few juniors that are pretty good athletes. You know, a couple of them I don't even know if they was on the kickoff team back then, but as far as any experience, but our kids needs experience. Our kids needs to, you know, we've been smacked a couple times. It's helped us grow up a little bit, and then you know, maybe you just keep getting whooped, and we'll try to do something about it and keep working at it, you know. But last week against Clay County, I thought we fought a little bit. So we got to just learn how to fight and get after kids, and you know, not accept it that we're being blocked, and not accept that we can't make tackles. We've got to go do these things. And when I say fight, I'm not talking about a fist fight. I'm just talking about you coming after me, and I need to go after you. I don't need to sit there and catch you and let you knock me off this stage. You know, we just need to set up and battle with each other, and that's what we're not doing very good right now. But last week against Clay, I thought we played a lot better game, Thomas.
Well, talking about Clay, tell us about it.
Well, we started off and they looked pretty good running the football and moving it, but they had a big tailback, carried the ball 40 times, and that's a workhorse right there. And we had a hard time stopping him a little bit, just because, like I said, we're starting 2 or 3 freshmen over on defense, and when you got a big senior, 17, 18 years old, can run like a freight train, and you want some of your little guys to get over and try to tackle them, it's tough. But on the whole, we had a couple bad breaks that went against us, but we was able to overcome them. We didn't quit, and we ended up winning the game real big. And you know, Casey, Clay County was a good physical team. They had a couple offensive linemen that were very strong, but I thought that night, I thought we fought. I thought a couple seniors. I thought Kyle Burnett had an excellent game on defense. He had 16 tackles, and Adam Partner, a junior linebacker, had 8 tackles, and Tony Zachary, our free safety, had 9 and had a big interception also. And I thought Jordan Wombles had a good game. He had 7 tackles. 4 of them was tackles for loss. So basically, I thought we held Clay County when we had to. Offensively, we just had a big night out of a few boys. Cody Frazier again had a big night. He carried the ball 19 times for over 200 yards, had 4 touchdowns. Jordan Wombles had 4 carries for 113 yards. So we had 2 kids over 100 yards, and Isaac was 4 for 8 passing, and Jason Jones, a sophomore, caught a couple for 54 yards. So, we had a lot better game. Took a big crowd over there. One thing about the Bell County people, they really support our football team, and they come, they travel well. We take a big crowd with us, and we sure did over Clay County, and our people here in Bell County, we want a good football program, and I think that's one reason I came back. I feel like the need, just seeing Bell County let the reins or let the things down for a few years kindly hurt me a little bit, and I wanted the Bell County people keep being proud of our football team, and I just really appreciate the support they give us and support our football team.
How do you think your offense and defense played in the Clay County game?
Well, again, offensively, we moved the ball well and did some things we need to do. Defensively, we got better because we're experimenting with people and moving kids from one position to the other, and we're not an established team yet. If we were, we'd leave everybody alone and let it go. But we are taking some chances, and we moved some kids last week that helped us to be a better defensive team. But our biggest thing is, and I think people realize that we've lost a lot of kids. We're not bringing up our feeder program. I mean, we're playing good in grade school and everything, but we've got to work at it harder when we get into high school, and we just can't get on one good horse and ride that horse all season long. You got to have a bunch of horses, and right now, this is the thing we're working at it. We're talking about having a losing season last year, first time in the school history. So we've lost a little tradition, but we got to find a way to get back. The people still remember. It's just been 9 years ago since we won a state championship. It hadn't been 25 and 40 years ago. Bell County won one in 08. So you figure that up. That's just 8, 9 years ago. So our state championship was there. We was in the running there for several years, in the running when I left. We was in the running a couple of years after I left. But after those couple of years that I left, I just think our program's we've gone to the wayside, and we let other people catch up with us and pass us up. And some way or another, that's one reason we just got to keep working and bringing our program back up to where it needs to be.
We talked about this in the first episode. When you stub your toe, you got to fix that toe and just keep moving. Do you think when you stubbed your toe on the Casey County game, you picked it up with the Clay County game?
Well, I think that's one reason that that I came back. I'm not going to let these kids quit. They're old hard-nosed country boys who don't have the same opportunity that a lot of the city boys have and things like that. So it's unique to coach an area like this, and they'll work hard for you. And my kids are working hard for me. I've been pretty rough on this bunch, and I had to because I didn't want them to learn how to quit. I want them to learn how to be winners, and right now we had a little hard time accepting that, but I think we're stubbing our toes and we're bouncing back. And like I said, we fought better last week at Clay County, and I don't know what we'll do this week against Corbin, but I hope we go and fight and play with them like I think we're capable of doing it. But we're talking about a different football team coming in here.
Corbin, Friday night, it's homecoming. We play them. It's such an anticipated game. There are rivals. How do you think? How are you working the players up to fight our rivals?
Well, I think we respect Corbin. I think Coach Haddix has done a great job down there. He's a young offensive-minded coach. He's took over a program that's got rich in tradition. When I left here 6 years ago, we hadn't played Corbin for 6 years. They knew Bell County was head and shoulders better than them, and they got away from us. And now they're head and shoulders better than us. Give a lot of credit to Coach Haddix and Tom Greer. They're great offensive and defensive coaches, and we were in that level there 7 or 8 years ago, and now they're so we're we know we got our hands full. We know our kids play hard. I don't know if it's a rival or not, but I'm sure it is a little bit. But a rival is one that you can win every once in a while. We've been a few years not winning the game, and we're just not ready to play. Corbin's done. They done what it takes to win a state championship. This is their year. I think it's been 30 years since they've won one. So Coach Haddix got them right where they need to be. He's went out and played some of the toughest teams in the state of Kentucky, and he just didn't show up and play them. He's beat them. So when anybody go out there and do those things, they'd almost need to take ring sizes right now, because they've got that type of team, because they went out and beat two great teams in Alcoa and Mayfield, and so 1 year we played Alcoa, and I think it was 08 or 07 we got beat by them by a touchdown, but I think we went on and won a state championship that year. So I'm thinking, well, if I can beat Alcoa, but I think they got the team to win a state championship. I really do. I don't think Belfry is what they were last year. So I just really believe that it's the year for the Red Hounds to win one and break a long waited wall down there. But give Coach Haddix a lot of credit. He has stepped in there as a young outsider that's got a good offensive mind. He just does a great job with the Red Hounds, and he's brought them kind of back in the glory times.
What kind of team is Corbin Red Hounds?
Well, to be a state championship caliber team, you got to have defense, and they're excellent defense. They will have a hard time not even scoring, but getting a first down, because they're a very good defensive team. Coach Greer that helped me for many years here, and we've had our success together, and him and Coach Haddix doing that now. But Coach Greer is a hard-nosed team. When I followed a hard-nosed coach, when he took over in the 90s when I was gone, and then he left and came. Then I came back here. Those kids were hard-nosed. He left Bell County in good shape, hard-nosed football players, and that's a little difference between now and then, because he is a hard-nosed coach, and he's made Corbin real respectable in defense. And then you put a young offensive-minded coach who started 4 years at Western and put him at they're running their offense. They just got a heck of a combination in those two, and I'm proud of them. They're friends of mine, and I'd love to be able to beat Corbin, but I don't want it to be at the expense of Coach Greer and Coach Haddix, because they are friends. But that's this business. It's this game. You got to put your big boy britches on and go out there and play and coach and do the best you can. Hopefully, at the end of the game, we can shake hands and still be friends, and because we have got that relationship when we do respect each other.
Talking about assistant coaches and stuff like that, who are your assistant coaches, and how do you think they're making our football team improve, and how are you making our football team improve from last season?
I've got a few coaches that coached for me or played for me several years ago, and Harvey Markle and Kevin Napier and Trey Harbin, those guys played for me, and they know who I am, and they respect me, and they do a good job with me. And then I've got Sam Marple followed me here from Taylor County along with Jordan Amos, and they're both new guys in the coaching business. Not new guys, but Coach Marple's my defensive man, and he's getting better every week with our defense. So hopefully he can keep improving them. And then Coach McQuarrie that was here last year, and I kept him around, and he's doing a good job with me. So, I'm pleased with my staff. We just all got to keep working and keep growing.
How has our football team improved from the start of the season to where we are right now?
Well, we're getting a little experience. I told you early in the show that we was lacking experience. We had a lot of bad luck in the off season, losing our best offensive line through old car accident, and you lose your best offensive line. You got one kid that has a lot of speed, and he moves away and go to Knoxville and go down there and play, and he's a star down there in Knoxville. So there's your best two players gone. Then you had two other big offensive linemen decide not to play. So we was really hurting on some experienced players and everything, but we've hung together. We've brought us back to a little bit of respectable. We still got a long ways to go, but we're going to keep working at it.
Just tell us a little bit about how we're going to work up to facing Corbin on Friday night.
Well, it's just one of those games that you got to go out here and prepare. It's the next game. I'm always been the next game coach, and the most important game to me is the next game, and our next game is Corbin. I treat it no different. I don't pick out the games I really want to win, because that's when you do stump your toes. So I want to win every game. That's the way I've always been for 43 years now. And I told a coach one time that didn't want to play me. He said he didn't like the way I ran my program because I took winning too seriously. Well, I don't know what else you do. I ain't going to take turns with you. I ain't going to let you win one, me win one, you win one, I win one. I just always try to prepare to win the next game, and that's what we're going to do Friday night. We're going to go out and we're going to try to win, and we'll let things fall where they may, and hopefully that who knows what it could come. That's why you start off 0-0.
Mr. Hilton, I'm sorry, but this is the end of the show. We've got through the questions. Our time limit's up. Guys, I'm Thomas Saylor. This is Coach Hilton. We are from the Dudley Hilton Show. Please tune in next week. Come to the games. Tune into the radio shows. Just do whatever you can to support the Bell County football team. As I said, I'm Thomas Saylor. This is Coach Hilton, and we'll see y'all next week.